What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to our channel. Coming at you today from the Rack in Robertsdale, Alabama. I'm in the Project X section of that they just recently built. I'm coming here to talk to you today about like bulking and cutting, kind of how to set it up, what it looks like, and why I do some of the things that I do as far as like ramping up reverse dieting, monitoring my calories and my weight, cardio, cutting it out, adding it in, what it looks like, kind of examples. Now remember, when I discuss some of these numbers, you know, I weigh 275 pounds and my stage weight is probably somewhere about 245. So I'm a really big guy, you know, not the average guy. So some of these numbers are not gonna be applicable to you, but I'm just discussing my numbers so you have a frame of reference, all right? And what has worked for me. So, you know, and when I say bulking and cutting, you know, this isn't necessary for every type of athlete. This is really mostly applicable for bodybuilders. You know, bodybuilders are going to go through stages where you try to put on the most muscle possible and you call that your off season. Then you'll move into a contest prep, you know, season where you spend 13 or sometimes up to 17 weeks just cutting, but while trying to maintain all this muscle that you've built. Then many times you'll get, you know, after, you know, show season, you'll have a little down period where you may work out less, you may deload, you'll reverse diet back into a maintenance and prepare for your off season again, which is where you're going to try to, you know, up your body weight, put on a little bit of fat because you're probably gonna be, you know, from being stage lean, you're not gonna be at the optimal place for putting on muscle. You're gonna need to put on a little body fat, you know, up your calories, get your maintenance calories up before you enter into a bulk. And then there's, you know, there's different methods for, you know, as far as the off season going. One long off season where you go 4, 5, 6, you know, 7 months of just bulking all straight. I like to break my off season down into 2 90-day bulks with a 5 to 6 week cut in between. So I'll kind of, you know, I'll bulk up, I'll cut for a few weeks, get back lean again, you know, reinvigorate my appetite, you know, do a little cardio, get moving, get blood flowing, get to looking to get, you know, get myself feeling like a bodybuilder again, you know, as far as like that look and everything, starting to, you know, to get a little bit more vascularity and everything like that. Then I'll run back into a bulk again, a final bulk before I start show prep. And that's what I did this year. So what does all of that look like as far as like macros and calories and cardio and everything like that? Now, everybody's different. Everybody responds different. People like to do cardio differently, different modalities of cardio, and different methods of eating. They like to, you know, you can do calorie cycling, calorie and carb cycling when it comes down to show prep. But here's what I'm doing, or here's what I've done this last year. So when I came off the stage in June, I took about 6 weeks to let my body kind of clean out, relax, and recover from a long, hard push of a show prep. And I also reverse dieted in that period, which a reverse diet is where, you know, you're coming off of a diet where you've lost a lot of body fat and your metabolism has adapted to that lower calorie intake. So then you add a couple hundred calories to your daily each week, monitor your weight, and try to keep your weight very similar, maybe add a pound every, you know, a pound here and there, but you're trying to just add a couple hundred calories to your daily each week, 200, 300, whatever your body may take. Now, for me, it was 200 to 300 each week because I'm a larger guy. You know, for smaller guys or girls, it may be a little bit less than that. Like I say, you monitor the weight, you eat consistent meals, you know, food that digests well, everything like that, and understand that, you know, your weight can vary especially after a show, as you're starting to, your water's coming back in and you're rehydrating and your glycogen supplies are coming back, and your training's a little bit lighter. So, you can't like take your daily and just jump on it every time it goes up a pound or two. Weight can fluctuate. So, you're taking your weekly averages and they should stay about the same. And you're just adding a little bit of calories back as time progresses. So over the 6 weeks, I got close to my old maintenance and I went ahead and entered into a bulk. So during that period, I cut out my cardio, not cut it out completely, but after the show, I went from doing an hour and a half a day down to just doing 30 minutes. That was the first thing I did, is I cut out cardio. And that's adding calories back in itself by not having them go out, by no longer burning them. That's adding calories back to your metabolism. So I stopped doing cardio and ate about the same. Then I slowly started adding calories back week over week over week. And then I, slowly moved that cardio back from 30 minutes a day down to 20 minutes a day. By the time I reached ready time to bulk, I had neared my maintenance and I was still doing 20 minutes of cardio a day. Now, I actually enjoy cardio and it's good, and it has health benefits for doing it year round. For me, I like to slowly work the cardio out toward the end of my bulk so that by the end of my bulk, I have the biggest calories in order to pull from. I'm not doing any cardio. I'm eating as much food as I can possibly eat. I have raised my metabolism as high as it can possibly be so that it is burning as many calories as possible while maintaining a pretty even weight. Of course, the point of a bulk is to put on a little bit of weight. So how many calories of a surplus should you be in? For an example, 500 calories a day is 1 pound a week. So on a 90-day bulk, that's 13 weeks, that's 13 pounds. Is all that going to be muscle? No. If half of it's muscle, you're doing really good. If you've been training for 5, 10, 15 years, it won't even be half. But that just kind of gives you an idea of where you can find yourself at. So put on the weight. For me, the first 90 days, I put on about 20 pounds. I took 5 weeks and started cutting some of the calories, then adding a little bit of cardio across the 5 weeks till at the end I was doing almost an hour a day of cardio, and I was eating about 2,500 calories a day, down from 5,000 where I originally started. And I dropped, I think it was 23 pounds in 35 days. So I went from, say, 15 down to 15-18% body fat down to about 10 or so. Then I had to reverse diet into my bulk. I was able to reverse from the show. I was able to reverse diet and then be near my maintenance when I started my bulk. Now I was coming directly off of a cut into a bulk. So I had to reverse diet into the bulk, which means that I'm slowly reducing the cardio and slowly adding the calories week over week, but trying with the goal of trying to add a pound to a pound and a half a week. So monitoring the weight, adding the calories. Over, I think it was about 7 weeks, I was able to cut all the cardio out and get back to about 4,500 calories in about 7-8 weeks. And so for the last 4 or 5 weeks of this cut, I've been at close to about 5,000 calories. I've put on about 23, 25 pounds, something like that, right in there. And I'm like 2 weeks out from show prep. So when show prep happens, I'm gonna take 17 weeks to prepare for the show. What that's gonna look like is, first, I'm gonna cut calories. On the Saturday, when I'm 17 weeks out, I'm gonna greatly cut my calories to the tune of losing at least 2 or 3 pounds a week. Start there. Not change my workouts any, just start by cutting some calories. Then as time progresses and the weight loss starts to slow off, I will add in cardio. I'll add in 30 minutes worth of cardio. Then, eventually add in, up to 40, up to 50. I'll wind up at an hour. Then I'll slightly cut the calories again. And, as we progress toward the show, the calories will continue to go down, making sure I'm getting enough protein, making sure that when I am eating carbs, that I'm eating my carbs right before and after workouts in order to fuel those workouts. The strength training workouts. The cardio workouts, many times, pre-workouts and things like that can, carry us through some of those. Or for me, I like to do my first cardio session in the morning, and I do it fasted. Not because it burns extra calories, but because I'm able to get up in the morning and do a workout. And although I'm hungry, I'm okay. I survive it. It's no problem for me. And then I just eat after that workout. So I'm able to keep my carbs that are left right before and right after my strength training workout in order to get the most muscle retention during that period. So continuing to add the cardio and to cut the calories until I get that physique that I'm looking for. And then that last week, you'll start to manipulate, making sure you pull all of your carbs, deplete the body completely of glycogen, and then refuel it, in the days leading into the show. Taking care to, manipulate your salt and water intake and everything like that. These are things that, we dial in on a case-by-case basis, and I do with, the help of my coach, who is an IFBB pro. Anyway, this just kind of gives you an idea of what bulking and cutting, show prep, off-season, and reverse dieting looks like for me across a year in some of the circumstances. So if you got any questions, feel free to DM me in the comments, and I'll answer them as best as I am able. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. And please, leave a comment. Remember, I love you guys, and we appreciate you watching, and we get better together. Thanks.